You know why some people are just sort of done with this place? They're just like, you're just ready to move on to something new, and this world doesn't have it to offer. Because this world has made everything about power and money, so much so that it's infected every industry, every institution, every person practically. Really, all of us to some degree, but some worse than others, obviously. But it's all about self, just self. And there's no meaning to anything. Like there's this, they want to make this like with nursing, okay? I'm going to use that as an example because I'm a nurse. There's nurses, there's a lot of nurses that are like me that it's about helping people. And yet at every turn you're prevented from doing that because of the greedy sons of bitches at the top, okay? Who are so greedy they think AI in healthcare is a good thing. Yeah, right. But for, at least a decade longer, they've been cutting staff. They know they shouldn't do it. They know it takes away from time you can spend with a patient because all nurses do is run around and try to get everything done that you have to get done in the amount of time. And many times it's just impossible. And that's what burns nurses out. It had nothing to do with COVID. It had nothing to do with any of that bullshit. But that was all things that those people at American Nurses Association, all those people that have a seat at the table there in Washington that make all these decisions could have done the right thing and they didn't. So I go off a lot on the nursing profession because we are supposed to do the right thing. I mean, I go off on the association level because they know better than a lot of the bullshit they signed on to. They're a disgrace now. But that's what it is. It's like for nurses, like I was just talking to a nurse that I'm working with, and she's like, that's what is missing. It's in it. You're just kind of a robot. You're just kind of going through the motions, and there's no meaning in it, And when there's meaning and teamwork, like true teamwork, where you don't have micromanagers, where you have the staff you need, the amount of positive returns you can have from that, especially in psychiatry, is amazing. I mean, I've seen it. I've seen it very few places because you don't have it anymore. You just don't have staff. But that's what the people at the top of nursing, the people at the top of education, our government, the World Economic Forum, go all the way up. That's what those people have done is because their lives had no meaning. They had to take meaning out of everything and take meaning so much out of everything that computers are where they think that the future is. AI is where the future is. They not even being, I mean, the place I work at is a major hospital system across the United States. Disgrace CEO. Yeah, it's amazing I'm working for it. But there's none that aren't disgraceful. Because they all could have done the right thing. But because their lives are so empty and meaningless and just greed-filled, that's what greed does to a country, to a continent, to a world. It ends up bankrupting every system, every institution, down to everyone. And then you try to find meaning, but man, if you find meaning in something, believe me, especially when it comes to your work environment, they'll make sure to take it away from you. Really, they will. Because I've said before, at least in nursing, and I would say it's probably a lot of professions, that they will go out of their way so that there is no meaning, there is no purpose. It's like they're just a bunch of people that they don't want anything better. They just want to be more sick with their greed. That's the reason, for those of us that have faith, it's like, yeah, we would just like to go home. We believe there's something more beyond this place, and this place has manned the World Economic Forum, the UN, the government, all the major institutions that run everything. All they've done is not improve anything. They've just taken the human out of everything. And once you do that, and they've definitely done that with AI, then what you've removed is meaning and purpose.